Welcome to Tokyosaurus. So what's up in Japan? Kakegurui is making waves in Japan right now with the recent leak of Kakegurui's second season of anime being greenlit, and with another 30-second preview of the upcoming live-action adaptation that confirms that the crazy faces the Kakegurui series is famous for is here to stay in the live-action adaptation, and is just as overdramatic and over the top as you would expect. Kakegurui may not have been a masterpiece in the genre, but it was definitely a fun watch. As a gambling anime, surprisingly, the series didn't exactly focus on the actual gambling, but more so on the enjoyment one gets from gambling and the highs they get from risking it all. Pretty much all the good players in the anime are a little insane in their own little ways, but obviously Yumeko is the craziest with the kind of faces she's been pulling off. So as the audience, watching them gamble, we may not be super entranced by the strategies behind their choices, but more so just from seeing them react to what's going on in the game and pulling off crazy and epic faces to make it all the more dramatic. So seeing that the live action seems to have taken that to heart by ensuring the crazy faces are staying in the adaptation, this might actually turn out to be a good adaptation after all. But now that we know they've got one part right, how about the actual actors themselves? How do they stack up to their anime counterparts? The costumes are pretty straightforward here as they're just red school uniforms, so we're gonna rate them based on the most important thing in Kakegurui, and that is the crazy face. So let's get started with the twisted and sadistic Marisol Tomei, played by Aoi Morikawa. Blonde hair doesn't exactly work out too well in Japanese live action, and so they've opted to change the hair color with Mari, and it was probably for the better. She's still got the twin pigtails, but I think where she really shines is her level of craziness in her crazy faces. In the new short trailer, the one we get to see the most aside from Yumeko is Marisol Tomei, and they spare no effort in showing us the amount of goofy faces she can make, with some that are even borderline horror-esque. Definitely 10 out of 10 faces right here. Next up is Suzui. This below average gambler is played by Mahiro Takasugi. As probably one of the more reserved characters from the cast, he doesn't exactly have many opportunities to shine, but he did get one shot in the trailer showing off his own goofy face, and although not quite to the level of the others, he definitely has meme potential once the show comes out and we get to see more of him. 8 out of 10 for Suzui. Next up we have Yumeko Jabami, played by Minami Hamabe. Now you can't hear it here, but she actually sounds crazy in the trailer, which you can check out in the description below. Not only does she sound crazy though as the main character, she's obviously got the crazy face chops as well. The contrast between her normal face and her crazy face is probably how she landed this gig in the first place, and in all the different shots we get of her, you can tell there's a little bit of crazy in there even in some of the normal faces, which is probably a testament to Hamabe's acting chops. 10 out of 10 for faces here as well. Yuriko is next. So they've decided to keep her eyes closed in the live action, which gives her probably the goofiest face out of all the characters by default, straight off the bat, so we definitely have another 10 out of 10 right here. Next up we have Kaede. I feel like Kaede is probably the weakest of the bunch in terms of his crazy face, at least from what we can see so far, but we don't have much of him yet, so he's gonna be a 5 out of 10 until we see more. Next up is Itsuki. She doesn't actually show us her crazy face just yet in the trailers, so this one we're gonna have to reserve judgment for later. But from this one shot, you can sort of tell she's already got some crazy in her eyes ready. So an 8 out of 10. Sayaka is definitely at least a 9 out of 10 for her crazy face here. And for Luna Yomotsuki, she's got the whole costume thing going on with a lollipop and all, but we don't exactly have too much of these characters just yet, but it looks pretty promising so far. We're probably missing a few more characters, but we don't exactly have a lot of material to work with, so you're gonna have to just wait for the release to see the rest. Anyways, what did you guys think of the live action cast compared to the anime version? Are you even going to watch the Kakegurui live action? As usual, let me know down in the comments below. Don't forget to drop a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications if you want to be updated with the latest that's going on in Japan, and I'll see you guys in the next one.